I've been through this on a personal level with my husband, who died of cancer about a year ago.
I don't find that there are many people in denial. Like, I won't die for another 20 years.
I look at my brother and my sister, and they look so healthy and vibrant, you know that it can't last forever.
There's a lot of guilt with making decisions for a family member.
For my family, what I would want is for peace.
Working in the emergency department, I see people at their end of life, and I see when people have made decisions and talked with their family about what their goals are.
We can pretty much accommodate to whatever it is that people would like, but what we can't accommodate to very comfortably is not knowing what's important to them and not knowing what they'd like.
I think that this is very, very important part of living.
You're sitting around Saturday watching college football, and it just can be a casual conversation when emotions aren't already heightened.
And they love each other to death, but they never have those conversations.
Again, my culture, we don't think about it. We deal with the present and the past. We will address a problem when it arrives.
So I've had the conversation with my parents and my brother and my husband. I'm a realist, so it's uncomfortable, but it's something that you just keep on, and you're just kind of sowing little seeds. My family's healthy.
And we talk about what, from a medical standpoint, is best for the patient, and invariably there's someone who says, well, the patient doesn't want, but the family wants, the family's insisting.
It's instead of an anxious situation unfolding for the staff at a hospital or the family members in the room, instead of creating anxiety, you're creating peace, knowing that you're allowing that person to have their needs met.
This is always a hard conversation. There is never a good time to have this conversation, but we stress to people it will never be as easy as it is right now.
You want to say something to somebody that you love. You look them in the eye, sit over a cup of tea, and just tell them how you feel about them then.
The diagnosis of cancer is often one of the most stressful things that people go through in their entire life. And just getting that information and trying to process that information, it's overwhelming, and it would be for anybody.
I feel like I was really well prepared, and I feel like we got hospice involved very early. I think the statistic is the average patient spends something like 8 days in hospice at the end of their life, and I didn't want the benefits of that holistic care only for 8 days.
So I think it's an ongoing discussion that needs to happen, and check in now and then on where we are on that relationship.
I think it's a conversation that should start very early.
As healthcare professionals, we really need to set the example.
But really the only way you can be good and effective ambassadors to the community is to have gone through it yourself. You need to sit with your family and think through and talk through what's important to them for two reasons. One, because it's the only way you're going to get to that conclusion, but the other because you want to introduce into your family a very important conversation that should be had on a regularly recurring basis so that it's a normal conversation and not one that people are avoiding as being a last conversation before mom or dad dies.